Oh my goodness, this has taken me forever to set up. I'm like sweating. Okay, so where were we? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Isha. This channel is called Adventure with Isha because I've been traveling pretty much non-stop for the last 8 years, all over the world, all over Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, North America, all over the place. And that, together with my own personal background, I'm from Sri Lanka, I was born there, has led me to the conclusion that what the world needs desperately is radical love for yourself, and radical love that you can then give to everyone else. I've done a video before about radical self-love, so go and have a look at that one if you want. Right now, I'm doing a series of videos on Myers-Briggs personality types because I found Myers-Briggs to be one of the most important tools in understanding other people. And with understanding, we can build trust, build connection, and ultimately love each other the way that we deserve to be loved, essentially. The way I'm doing this series of videos is for each personality type, I'm going to go through their cognitive functions, what's known as their loop state, which is when they are stressed out. Each of the 16 personalities goes through a loop. And the last thing is their grip state. So when they're stuck in their fourth inferior function. Today's video is about the ENTJ. ENTJ, also known as the commander on the 16 personalities website, and the name kind of gives it away. ENTJs are excellent leaders. They lead by nature. What makes ENTJs stand out is that they know how to get stuff done, as we'll see in a second with the cognitive functions. The reason they know how to get stuff done is because they know all of the different ways that a task can be done, and they pick the most efficient one. The number one word that comes into my mind when I think of ENTJs is efficiency. They are super efficient individuals. They don't waste any time. The ENTJ's cognitive function stack starts with TE, extroverted thinking. Then we've got introverted intuition, followed by extroverted sensing, and then lastly, they've got introverted feeling as their final function. Let's go over what each of these functions do. So extroverted thinking is the function to do with getting stuff done. All about completing tasks, it's about results, it's about drive. TE is goal oriented. So ENTJs have a goal in mind and they just take the steps that they need to get to that goal. It's very much getting stuff done, hence why they are the most efficient type. They have as their dominant function TE, the getting stuff done function. Their second function, which supports their dominant function, the auxiliary function is called, is introverted intuition. Introverted intuition is all about vision and the future. So ENTJs, therefore, have this ability to get stuff done in the most efficient way, and it's supported by a personal vision, their personal intuitive map that allows them to see a few steps ahead. So it's this deep insight that they've got. It's intuitive. They essentially are really good at spotting intuitive patterns. Their third function is extroverted sensing, SE, which is all about living in the moment with your senses. So being right here, right now with your senses. So smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, just kind of being right here in the moment. So ENTJs have that as their third function, which means they are slightly weaker with their SE. But as they get older, as they grow and develop and mature, ENTJs start to realize the importance of being in the moment and having that as a skill, using that cognitive function. SE is also about taking action. So it's also about implementing the tasks. And finally, the last function is FI, introverted feeling, which is all about their own personal feelings about a situation or a person. So introverted feeling is about their inner authenticity. How do they feel about a particular situation? What are their core values? That's their kind of weakness. So that's kind of the ENTJ's Achilles heel, is knowing how they feel and knowing what their core values are. So they're really good at getting stuff done, but they're not so good at kind of mapping that onto their own value system. How do they feel about the things that they are getting done? If you ask an ENTJ how they feel about something, that's a question that might trip them up because it's a function that's underused or underdeveloped in immature ENTJs. So ENTJs who are younger, in their teens, early 20s, asking an ENTJ how they feel, that's gonna probably result in them saying something like, "Oh, I don't know." They just don't know. They don't know how they're feeling. ENTJs, yeah, they struggle with their personal values. So what happens to an ENTJ when they are stressed out? When they are stressed out, ENTJs will go into this loop, which is their first function and then their third function, back to their first function, back to their third function, and so forth, skipping their second auxiliary function. So ENTJs will go from being very efficient, so TE, to SE, being right here in the moment. So what they're essentially doing is getting a task done, being in the present, getting a task done, being in the present. And they're skipping their long-term vision. They're skipping NI, introverted intuition. And instead, they're kind of just in this mode of getting stuff done, getting stuff done, getting stuff done without considering where it's going, why they are doing what they're doing. So, what this looks like is they become overly forceful. When ENTJs are stressed, not only are they worrying about what they need to be doing, they're also worrying about what everybody else is doing, right? TE is an extroverted function. So they're also thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? They're very demanding and can be a little bit forceful when they're stressed. They can become impulsive as well because they're just getting stuff done. They can become obsessed with results as well. They're essentially ignoring their long-term vision and just kind of bam, 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 getting stuff done. And they become obsessed with these short-term results. And because they're just getting stuff done, getting stuff done, getting stuff done without stopping and going into themselves a little bit, they get burnt out as well. So if you're an ENTJ and you're trying to get out of this loop of getting stuff done and being in the present and getting stuff done and being in the present, the thing to do, this is the same for every E type, every extroverted type, is to go back into yourself. And for an ENTJ, the most effective way to do this is to slow down and re-engage that second function, which is NI, your own personal intuitive map. So stop what you're doing, slow down, and think about the long-term vision. What is it that you want to achieve in the long run? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because in this loop, you're constantly thinking, how fast can I get this done? What's the most efficient way to get it done? But really considering the why of what you're doing is going to help you re-engage that NI and think about the long-term vision and therefore be a more balanced ENTJ. So you'll still be highly efficient, right? More efficient than most people. ENTJs are so efficient. You can't beat that except possibly the ESTJ. We'll come to them. But ENTJs are so efficient. Even when they slow down to think about their long-term vision, they're still going to be one of the most efficient people in the room. In a grip state, this is when they are extremely stressed out. They will become stuck in their fourth inferior function. Like I said, that introverted feeling function is all about their own personal emotions. And so they're going to be stuck in it in an unhealthy way. They're going to be stuck in their own emotions. They're going to be doubting themselves. They're going to be overwhelmed by their own personal emotions. When they're stuck in FI grip, they're stuck in a function that they don't normally use. So usually it's used in an unhealthy way. So they're going to be overwhelmed by their own feelings because they usually don't consider their own feelings. They're going to be overwhelmed. They might feel uncharacteristically insecure or misunderstood. They may also isolate themselves because it's an introverted function and it's a feelings function. They might isolate themselves and become overwhelmed by their own personal emotions. And because it's their own personal emotions and usually they don't really know how to express those emotions in healthy ways, they're going to maybe lash out and take those emotions out on the people around them. You guys are some of the most powerful people out there. ENTJ's efficiency is almost unmatched by any other personality. Your tenacity and ability to get stuff done is so admirable. The important thing is to pair that power with your long-term vision, really considering your intuitive map and not just making decisions based on how fast you can get stuff done, but thinking about the long-term intuitive vision that you have. So that NI is going to give that power purpose. So that's it about the ENTJ for today. That's the last of the intuitives. So the next video is going to be the first of the sensing videos, which I'm really excited to make as well. If you want to see some of the other videos that I've made about the 16 personalities, you can click on the playlist. If you're an ENTJ and this rang true for you, let me know in the comments. If you're an ENTJ and there's anything I've missed or something that I got wrong, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. It's actually really heartening to see the types comment on the videos about their types. For me, it's magic. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Currently, I am dating using Myers-Briggs as a guide, and so I've been doing this for over a year now, and I have quite a lot of data to share with you guys about the different personalities and the dynamic between me, an ENFP, and them. Someone commented recently on one of my videos saying, so you're doing research by going on dates with the 16 personalities. What does that make you, an SLUT? That was one of my favorite comments recently. You know, we love a laugh on this channel. But my response to her, or him, it felt like a her, was, this is a shame-free space, ma'am, because it is. This channel, there is no shame allowed on this channel. And so, yes, I am currently dating using Myers-Briggs and going on each of these dates with the idea of just considering how the personality is with an ENFP. All right, that's enough of me yapping. I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And oh, that's right. Embody love for yourself and for everyone else. See you in the next video. Bye. I was panicking because the sun was going down. So I don't know how the lighting is. I'm like, I gotta do this fast. I just have to hurry through this video and make sure it gets done. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I feel like I've forgotten to say something.